All right. Yeah, so if you're watching the stream, congratulations, you get to watch some of my Halo Infinite footage. My initial reactions are that this is really good. This feels like a kind of return to form. Um, Halo 5, I really enjoyed Halo 5 and what it brought to the table. That said, it was very quick compared to other Halos, even Halo 4, which 343 had also developed. But this kind of has more of a feeling of Halo 3 mixed with some of the things from Halo 5. You got some new weapons. You'll see if you're watching the stream right now, I'm using the Bulldog, which is a new shotgun.
It looks like a shotgun, not a bulldog.
Oh, well, it goes rough when you fire it.
I always thought bulldogs just go.
Drool over.
Yeah, they drool everywhere and poop on stuff.
Yep.
Nice.
So, but lots of returning classics. This tech preview specifically was to test out bots. So in this game, it's 4 humans playing against 4 bots. They're at ODST level difficulty, which is like level 3 difficulty, I think, out of 4, I believe. So I was pretty impressed as a veteran Halo player. It did not take long to, pretty quickly just run over them the entire game. I mean, there were games that we went, 50-4 type of thing. But we did finally get to play on the Spartan level difficulty on the last day, and they're much more formidable. Still not, I would say, for a group of 3 of us and 1 rando playing together, it was still fairly easy, but ultimately very enjoyable. And honestly, it just does feel good to kind of run over an enemy team and just not, ever lose. The weapons feel great. The assault rifle feels like the assault rifle. The battle rifle feels like the battle rifle. And if you do this bulldog, I don't exactly know how to use it, or the new spiker.
Oh, dude, that thing looks awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's super hard to hit though. Like, you can go into this new mode called the academy, and the firing range within the academy, and you can practice. And they have different levels of, how much do the little enemy bots move. At level 1, they don't really move at all. So it's just letting you, get a feel for the weapon. Level 2, they kind of move in a straight line. They just kind of back and forth. And level 3, they do, back and forth and jitter jatters and side steps and
jibber jabber jump shots.
Yes. But yeah, overall very positive. There's obviously some bugs. What a tech preview is for. But
you wore bug spray.
I wore plenty of bug spray, and I still came up with the one bug that I think both of you got, the audio bug.
Yeah.
Where it's like all of the audio, it's still there. It's just really quiet, except for the grunts, like the when you get shot. And it's a super funny bug. But
did you get to spend any time with like the battle pass and the customization system, or
yes?
What was that like in there?
So the battle pass had 20 levels in it, and they gave you just a bunch of free credits that you could, buy levels to the battle pass with. So I did hit level 20 because I spent enough time in there to actually complete some challenges. And I think a lot of that stuff feels okay. Games like, Apex has just such a solid challenge system, in my opinion, that it's not quite to that level. But that said, they were all very doable challenges. I didn't feel like any of them were like, I don't want to do that. And the battle pass options, the things that were in there, I thought were fine. It'll be interesting to see the final how much of it is, hey, here's a cosmetic armor core, like how you change your colors, or here's an actual piece of armor versus things like here's free credits, or here's a challenge swap, because those are things you can get in there. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick is the I'll call them. I think they're called equipment. In Halo 3, they would have been called armor abilities, but it's things like the grapple shot, invis, drop walls. Invis and overshield would be more considered like a power up, but they occupy the same space in your inventory as like the normal equipment. I think they are pretty good. The just normal equipment things, the pulse. There's a radar pulse. They all fill a niche and minor role in the sandbox. They're all good to have. They're definitely not necessary, but they can absolutely. Any of them can change the tide of a fight if you know what you're doing with it. The power-ups, the overshield and the active camo, I was actually kind of disappointed in. Maybe I'm just not very good with them yet.
Yeah, just get good, Brett.
I know, right? But I felt
Get good in the technical beta.
I felt like each of those were essentially a way to guarantee a single kill. Like it's gonna get me probably one kill. I can run around with the active camo. I can't sprint with it. I can run around with it or walk around with it though, and probably get one back smack before it times out. And the overshield you burn through it pretty quickly. So you get in one fight, you're pretty much guaranteed that kill, unless it's you're 2-on-1, in which case it doesn't necessarily feel like it's that much of an advantage, except that you take a few more bullets.
What gun is this? Because this is the gun I'm most excited to use.
The Commando.
Yeah, I'm gonna wreck fools with this.
The Commando is a hybrid, so it is full auto if you hold down on the trigger, just like what I'm doing there.
Oh man, yes, please.
But it is completely useless at range if you do full auto, so you definitely just have to kind of tap the trigger. It does feel like a really good mid-range though. It occupies a space that's just outside of the AR. It's still very right there. It was very effective at a close range, and can compete with an AR. It's not quite as accurate when you're just full firing. But if you can team shot or just wait till or pop a shield with another weapon and then switch, it's a great headshot weapon. Luke, you okay over there?
I smacked my finger.
Oh, Luke's hurting himself.
My fingies.
So yeah. What other questions do you guys have?
There's a couple things I noticed when I was watching you stream this the other night. So I was watching while I was playing Xbox. So I was in and out of watching it.
Sure.
But so the first thing I noticed when I logged in, I was like, man, this looks crispy. It looks really sharp. Everything looks really clean. It doesn't look like there's a lot of weird graphical things like we maybe thought after that first showing of it. So that was really nice to see, really refreshing. I was a little worried about that. The other thing I noticed is this looks really fast compared to other Halos. Does it feel faster?
I don't think it necessarily feels faster. I actually don't think it feels as fast as Halo 5.
Really?
It's probably very similar to Halo 5. Things like the sprint actually feels really slow for a sprint. Mm-hmm. I mean, you play games like Apex or Destiny, and they just let you go. But part of the criticism with Halo 5 was that it really did speed up Halo a lot. And that was an intentional modernization thing. I think this has done a good job of actually maybe speeding up your walk a little bit and slowing down that sprint so that you are still moving faster with sprint, but it's not like you're, running at 100 miles an hour.
Gotcha.
And yeah, when it comes to the graphics, I would agree that it looks good.
Yeah, it looks sharp.
This is I was able to play in 4K. Didn't really have frame rate issues on the Series X. I know certain PC configurations were having some issues, but 4K 60 FPS, it feels real good.
Nice. When is the next tech test?
They have not announced when the next flight is, but they have said there will be at least one more. I don't think they're promising, any more than they're sure of. But yeah, there will be another one, and
I'm in the program now.
I would say you need to be a Halo insider. So you have to have an account over at Halo Waypoint. That's 343's official hub. and you need to make sure you're signed up there. You can find all those details on their Twitter, or just reach out to me if you have questions. But yeah, I'm hoping more people will get in so we can get like a full fire team and just go wreck some house.
And
yeah, that's what I did.
I'm excited.
That's what I did this weekend. play a lot of Halo, and it felt good.
I'm excited to play it.
So,
when do you think that comes out? Now that you've played it, think it's closer.
2023.
You think it's November?
So, I think it would be if they. One of the news stories that is later, we'll talk about a little bit more. I'll mention it now since it's relevant. Is that Horizon Zero Dawn Horizon Forbidden West is more likely than not going to get delayed into early 2022.
I saw Schreier said it is delayed.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard from the developer officially, but there's a good chance, and that leaves the window wide open for Halo to make a huge splash. Obviously, it's still going to have COD to compete with. Obviously, it's still going to have Battlefield on Xbox.
Have they even revealed the new Call of Duty?
I mean, the
title is Vanguard, but I haven't seen anything.
No, they haven't. With
be
all
any
of the
employees
internal
to
stuff
release
going
it?
on, maybe that does get delayed. I don't know.
Could this be the first year without a Call of Duty?
Could be.
Halo, if you don't freaking get it out right now. Man.
All that to say, I do think that if they can get, I mean, I felt like it was a really good experience. So and typically you do these kind of tests when you're pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
So if they could hit that mid-November timeframe, I think they will be golden for the rest of the year.
The one I'm keeping my eye on in comparison is Battlefield has their beta in September and the game's release is October. So I don't know.
Yep.
It could be, the next tech test could be the server test.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how this thing handles a bunch of people playing against each other. And
yeah, I think they kind of vaguely said, they didn't give specific numbers, but they vaguely said that there were a couple 100,000
good
in this
They're
test.
doing better than Splitgate.
So I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Because so many people want to play that, and Splitgate had a nice little tweet about, like, here's why we can't just buy more servers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as easy as that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, it sounds like they're having a great time too with their beta demo,
success,
and
yeah.
that's kind of exploding. So that's really cool for them.
Sweet. I'm excited to try Halo. I hope I get into the next flight.
Me too.
I hope the campaigns are good.
I think it will be. There were some, I'm not going to spoil anything, and I didn't read any spoilers, so I don't know. But there were some leaked, some campaign files made it into the build, and so there were some data miners who found them and leaked some stuff, so do be careful. But let's just say most people who saw them were like, potential. Like, there's some really good, cool potential in the story for it. Even, and this was coming from someone who has not played a 343 Halo game, was the guy that I heard from, was just like, it kind of actually gets me interested in Halo again. From a story perspective, I was like, all right, cool.
Lepke and I got to finish 5.
Yeah.
I haven't even started it.
If you need a third player,
we're playing on
Wait
Legendary.
till I beat 4 again, then we just go through
all
5.
4 of us played on Legendary?
Now let's all 4 of us go on easy, baby. We'll just run through it.
I think we're on like the 5th mission on Legendary.
Halo 5 Guardians on easy, melee only.
Yes.
I did see you did that.
Yeah, that was a fun little. I got 16 kills, just running around punching
He's
people.
running around just eating crowns.
Nom 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 nom.